a lot of you guys, came in here looking at doing, either for your business or looking to improve your business. If you already have a local search site, you're doing consulting such as Barry. And then we have Mike and Randy looking at starting new businesses. And so, we have a kind of a different mix. But the bottom line is, hopefully you feel a little bit more educated, and I feel you have the skills and the tools after today to call yourself a local search expert, because there's a lot of stuff we went over. And again, 90% of the stuff we went over today, your competitors or other people that are calling themselves local search experts never even heard about or know how to do. So I've shared everything with you guys today, how we are able to do this with clients and get them on the first page, not only get them on the first page of Google, but basically dominate the first page of Google in both organic and local search. So you guys know how to do this. Some of the things we talked about today were the geotagging of the images, geotagging of your videos, creating geo sitemap files, XML files, H-cards. And these are, again, items that are seldom even talked about. You guys can make a pretty good living doing this. Now, don't set this up. Mike, you had some questions. How much can you charge initially? Well, that's going to be something for you to decide. Typically, and what we do is, we go into with a package when we approach our clients, or with the idea of selling them a package. Going in to optimize first their Google Places page and their Bing Places page and their Yahoo pages and their best of the web, and doing this entire package of local search for them. And if we do everything, we're typically charging a client around $700-800 to do that. All right, and it's going to take us less than a day, 4 or 5 hours to do this. But they don't need to know that. It's like, you've heard the story, a plumber coming to your house because you got a leaky pipe or something like that, and the plumber comes to your house and he takes out a little hammer and he pops, knocks on a pipe. And he then turns and says, well, okay, that's going to be $100. Well, it only took you 2 seconds to do that. Yeah, but it took years of time and training to learn out where to hit that leaky pipe or that pipe to fix your problem. So you guys invested a whole lot of time driving all the way out here to Morristown. We're off the beaten path, guys. And, I commend you for coming out here and learning all this. So if you're just setting up a Google Places page, look at charging $99 to $300. But if you're setting up these other properties that they're going to need, consider charging them, $700-800. But it goes further than that, okay? Especially if you're in a competitive niche, because you want to establish a long-term relationship with these people, your clients. Explain to them, hey, look, we've done this for you, but if you don't keep the maintenance up on this, that you're going to fall off, like what happened to Chase. Right? Chase used to be the #1 person in Google Places. Google knocked him off and put somebody else in his place. Well, Chase today now has the skills and knowledge to not only get back to #1, but keep that. Because now you have to show your Google Places pages love every month. You're going to have to maybe change the content around, do some new videos, do some new pictures, do the geotagging, get the reviews. So you could set up, a situation where it could be $99 a month, or it could be $400 a month, or it could be $700, or basically it's going to be you negotiating with the client. But you have something more to offer than a lot of these other people do. Again, you were building a personal relationship with these people. You're going to call them up. You're going to give them, reports on how their website's doing. You're going to communicate with them, and that's basically what these people want. They want to know that they could count on you to do the work. So what you can charge them, it's totally up to you. We have clients as low as $99. We have clients upwards of $700-800. We have clients, we're doing everything, $5,000. We have one client we just signed a contract with what was it, 2 weeks ago, we're charging $12,000 a month. All right. And that's a lot of we're doing link building for them, content writing. We're doing everything for them at a large scale because they're in a very competitive niche. And they realize that, by getting to the position they want, they could easily pay that back a number of times. Now, you could offer we have clients that we offer gold packages, platinum packages. We have different packages that we offer. And really, what we offer, we first want to understand what the client wants, what their needs are, how competitive their niches are, do competitive research. And typically, we will put together a 4 or 5 page proposal and say, this is the things we recommend for you to consider, and this is how much it's going to cost. And it's up to them to make the choice. There are times when, I really can't afford this, I'll take this off. Or, I often hear, I can't afford that. Well, how much are you paying for your yellow pages? Well, we're paying $200 a month for that. Well, what's that done for you? Nothing. Well, cancel that and reinvest it into this. All right? So, explain this to teach your clients. Those of you that are signing up for the localizer program, you're going to see the first video that we've done is basically a review of the keyword research. And then when you put your name and email address, you're going to be redirected to another page. And there's going to be basically a 25, 30-minute video on how you can go out and get clients. So I'm not going to spend the time. It's a free video that I produced. We did it here in the studio. Just take the 30 minutes, watch that video if you want to learn how to get clients, really some great tips. And that's going to be, again, on localizer.seotrainingsw.com, free video, and you also get access to the free tool. In this workshop, we talked about WordPress, how easy it is to create WordPress. This was not a WordPress class. Chase was asking, what are some of the things he could do to learn WordPress. Lynda.com is a great resource to learn how to use WordPress if you don't know how to use WordPress already, or if you want to sharpen your skills and become a better WordPress user. Just go to lynda.com, LYNDIA.com, $24 a month, and you could get all the videos and learn how to optimize or do WordPress. It's going to be up to you what you charge. And Mark charges, $1,000, $1,200, $2,000 per client, and he offers his package. But he's very good at what he does. And when you establish that reputation, if you may, that's what you can do. And what Mark does, he goes to the local Chamber of Commerce's, gives free presentations at the Chamber of Commerce's, goes out, and if you're going out on one-on-one, you're only touching one person at a time. All right, so you got to take an hour of your time for me to, let's say Mike had a business. Mike, you're a pizzeria owner. I'm going to take an hour out of my time to sit down with Mike to teach him about the importance of this. Or I could perhaps go to a chamber meeting and give a presentation where I'm speaking one-to-many. All right? And so you live in Buckeye, so you might put together, contact the Buckeye Chamber of Commerce and say, hey, look, I'd like to do a presentation about local search. I'd like to become a member. And during one of your meetings, can I give a presentation? It's a free 2-hour presentation about local search. And you might get 10, 15 people in that. And you're going to go through the presentation. And I guarantee you there's going to be 2 or 3 people in there that said, Mike, you blew me away. I never knew about this. And they're going to sign up for your services. So think of places you can go where you're not doing one-to-one, but you're doing one-to-many. It's going to be a real time saver for you. So with that, we spent almost 7.5 hours today going over some of the local search stuff. And what I'd like to do now is kind of go around the room. I'm sure there's some of you, there's some things that hopefully there are things that we discussed today that you didn't know about that was really like that moment when you say, wow, that is so cool. I could use this. I could do this. This is really great information. And I call those gold nuggets. So Randy, I'd like to pick on you first, and we could just pan over to Randy. And Randy, what is one gold nugget you got out of today's class?
For me, the mountain of information that you covered, and it seems easy to get overwhelmed with the different tools and things like that, but just to focus on the 5 keywords at a time.
Okay.
Break it down into the small things seems to be, for me, the most important, because I can easily get overwhelmed by what about this, what about that, and what about that. Okay. So just keeping that simple, which is focus on those 5, develop the content around it, and then move to the next set, is really, really helpful.
Okay. And when Randy's explaining here, you know, when you're going to be doing all this keyword research and you're going to get just mountains and mountains of information, just pick out 5 keywords. Maybe some good, two good root keywords that you could target for the long term, and then 3 long tail keywords that you could target, that you could get instant, ranking this week or next week. And so you start making money coming in. And then when those start percolating and do well, then move on to the next set, and build this up. I mean, I didn't become number 1 for radar busters overnight when I had radar busters or radar detectors. I did not come overnight number 1 for SEO training. To become number 1 for the keyword phrase SEO training, it's taken me 3 years. But I started off small, and I built it up. And today I'm number 1 for SEO training, and I was number 1 for radar detectors. So, good point. Thank you, Randy. Chase, what were some of the takeaways you got?
Well, I got a lot of takeaways out today since I was the guinea pig for a lot of it, but I agree totally with what Randy said. Keep it simple. And it was great that you went through the whole breaking down of the keyword phrase phone system from start to finish. And it cleared up a lot of cloudy areas and where I got stuck before. So, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Andrew, you want to grab the mic? And Andy, Andrew, I know you're an old pro at this, but hopefully you got something out of today's class.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me was kind of like he was saying is breaking down the keyword research and kind of seeing how all the tools go hand in hand with each other. And I mean, a lot of people teach this stuff, but they don't actually go into enough detail like you. Like they say, oh, keyword research is important, but they don't teach it. They never actually show you how to do it. So I think that was the biggest takeaway was actually watching you break down the keywords and how you do it, your strategy, and how that's done.
Okay. Now, I think what you're saying here is really important and relevant. You've been doing this for how long, Andrew?
About 4 years.
4 years. And you've never heard anybody go through the detail step by step as we did today?
No, I've never seen it. I mean, most people are just like, use the Google keyword tool, and that's it. But you actually go through, break it down, use all the other tools that kind of go hand in hand with each other. You know, like you use data from the Google AdWords tool for Google Insights. I mean, you kind of use them all together. So that was the biggest takeaway.
Okay, thank you, Andrew. Mike?
Yeah, the keyword research is definitely the big thing. Like, it almost doesn't matter what you do after if you don't do the keyword research right. You could have everything else perfect and the foundation's not there, it's just going to collapse. I like that. I like how you used Amazon to get more information and how you tied everything in. I like the people here too. I learned a lot from everyone here. Everyone has some cool, unique things that they got going on and techniques. So that's pretty much it.
And take advantage of the opportunity. Share your business cards, share your email addresses, because this is a really great networking opportunity. We've ate lunch, we broke bread together here. Okay, hopefully we've created new relationships and new friends. So, take advantage of that. Barry?
What I came here wanting to know was the keyword research, and I got a lot of that here, and specifically how it applies to Google Places local search. That was a question in my mind. And even learned some additional SEO stuff for optimizing in general, which applies because it's married with Google Places now. You have to have it both together to have the maximum benefit.
You'll have a greater understanding of how to do this professionally and create a professional business. And we do have workshops like this on a regular basis. So when we do have one of our regular workshops, please consider coming out either to our home or when we do it in Vegas or in Phoenix or wherever we are, to come out in public when we're doing this, and be more than happy to give you a certificate if you're willing to sit through all this. All right. But anyway, thank you guys for watching on the video. You guys here in the class, thank you. Have fun. Enjoy.